Sharon, and welcome to episode 313, wow, of the Knit Style Podcast. Hi everybody, and welcome to episode 313. I looked at that number today and I was like, wow, that's a little crazy, but anyway, Rich is still taking a break, which is fine. He's out laying in the pool today, getting a suntan. It's actually quite warm here today. I am not enjoying it at all. So, but I'm going to try to go outside. That'll be in the pool because I think it's a little too cold for me. But I'll try and sit out a little bit later. So let's get started, shall we? So today I have some yarn to show you. We're going to do that first. I have some sweaters to show you. Sweater failures, if you will. That should be interesting. We're going to talk all about it and what I could have done to avoid it and what I can do to fix some of them. We shall see if they're fixable. Well, anything is fixable in knitting, right? Just by ripping. So, but before I do that, let's do a giveaway. Didn't have a giveaway last week because we were away, or I had visitors. Our daughter and her boyfriend came to visit. That was so fun. Let me tell you about the ongoing sock saga. So I had an opportunity to see Brian's feet barefoot, and his feet are like a normal width, I'd say. So I'm probably going to cast on 76 stitches maybe and do a 1x1 rib. It's like either 72 or 76. I'm leaning towards 76, but yeah. And I just won't finish off the toe until he tries them on at Christmas time. So that should fix it. That 92 stitch sock was ridiculous, way too big. So I think 76 will be fine. For my daughter, I'm going to cast on 72. Her feet are a little wider than mine at this point. I have big feet, but they're not overly wide. They're like an average width. So, all right, let's do the giveaway. So all of my giveaways are yarn that I received from Knit Crate, and Knit Crate kindly sends me boxes each month, and I give them all away. So if you would like a subscription to Knit Crate, you can go down below and use my affiliate link, and I get a tiny little commission, and you will get a discount. So it's a win-win for all involved. And this week's giveaway is this. I have actually two sets. They sent me 2 sets this month. I don't know why. So I'm going to have 2 winners next month. So this is Uru yarn. It looks to be a DK, possibly a cotton blend. Not sure. Oh, it's okay. So this is 100% organic Pima cotton. Beautiful. DK weight, 275 yards per. And yeah, this would make a lovely summer top or a little, maybe a tiny little baby blanket. Maybe summer's probably a little baby blanket would be nice. Let's see about this. So now the patterns, I'm not going to include the patterns because you're not going to be able to access them because they're all in my name. So that's not going to work. So I'll just send you the yarn and you can do a search for a nice DK. I mean, you have almost 600 yards. So you should be able to make something nice. I don't personally knit with cotton very often. It's not that I don't like it, but I just don't. You know, I'm more of a wool girl, so. So I'm getting all my yarn ready to show you, and Jamie hears me talking, and he knows that when we record, Rich picks them up to show you guys. So he's standing here waiting for me to pick them up, but I'm not going to. Because he is a mess today. He needs a bath. And honestly, I have not had time to give this dog a bath because I was a busy bee this week dyeing yarn. Oh my goodness. I dyed so much yarn. So Donna and I have a beautiful Halloween mystery shawl kit in my shop, and it's almost sold out. I have 2 left, and I dyed the yarn for the 2nd round this week, and it takes time. So yeah, I've been really busy dyeing that and some other pre-orders that I had, and I also dyed this week's update. So yeah. Anyway, if you're interested in the Halloween Mystery Shawl Kit, it comes with a pattern designed by Mandobug, Amanda Manis. She did a beautiful job, and it also comes with a gorgeous bag sewn by Donna and 3 skeins of 50-gram sock weight yarn that you can knit into a beautiful shawl. And if you don't like mysteries, you can scroll to the bottom of the listing on my website and you can have a look at, you could click the link and you could see everything. So if you want it to be a surprise, don't click the links. If you want to see it, the links are there for you. So yeah, I'm very happy with this kit. Donna and I were very pleased. It came out really nice. I haven't cast mine on yet because I've been obsessed with some other things, but I will cast it on when I finish this one thing I'm going to show you in a minute. Speaking of bags, we have a beautiful Halloween bag this week. So this bag and a bag I had a few weeks ago, Worldly Witches, the designer of the fabric is a very talented artist and cross-stitch designer, and I love her patterns. I've been stitching some of them. I have a cross-stitch channel in case you're interested. There is a link down below to my cross-stitch channel. It is called Sampler Style. Anyway, getting back to knitting, this cross-stitch designer also designs fabric, and she's so talented. And I'm actually a member of her Patreon, or if I remember, I'll link it down below. It's really geared for cross-stitchers, but it's interesting to watch her artistic inspirations. So she calls everybody in her group whimsies, and her brand is all about whimsy. So I hope she doesn't mind, but I'm calling this bag Whimsical Witches. And here is the yarn that matches. I think it's a beautiful bag. So many gorgeous details. It's very unusual. The inside has a coordinating fabric, which is so fun. Matches this fabric, or this design. And it's beautiful. It has blackbirds, it has whimsical witch on here, and kitties and moons, and I love it. Even these circles here have a detail, like that's a cat, and here's another, like a moon with pumpkins. Just her designs are just stunning. She does beautiful folk art. I love her stuff. I think I have some more Teresa Kogut fabric that I'll show you for the holidays that we will do in bags. So yeah, really pleased with how this came out. Next, I have a Disney-inspired villain. Last week I had Disney-inspired Villain's Lair mini skeins. I will put a picture right up here. There are a few left. And I did some full skeins of Maleficent because it's my favorite one out of the bunch. So this is Maleficent. Yeah. So that is very, very pretty. And I did some solid colors or tonals this week. So I have more my classic Slutty Pumpkin. I think I have too many skein sets with some of these colors left in the shop. So here's a comparison. This is Slutty Squash. And this is Slutty Pumpkin. This is slightly more orange and deeper. So anyway, I have Slutty Squash, which I love. It's gorgeous. And I have Swamp Thing, named after some B movies. Swamp Thing. And Sexy Halloween Costumes. So, when I did mini skeins of these, I just found they're so pretty together. So, I particularly love Swamp Thing and Slutty Squash, but you could also add Sexy Halloween Costumes. So pretty with that purpley pop of pink. And you could also even add Slutty Pumpkin to the mix. So these are all of the tonals that I did this week. You could do a 3 skein shawl, you could mix and match, you could get a sweater's quantity. If for some reason they sell out and you want a sweater's quantity or more than that's listed in the shop, email me and I will do custom order. I am available to do that at this point. So anytime you ever want something, just email me. Okay, so that is the update for this week. I think it's a really pretty one. Fall colors. Oh, and look at this. This looks good together. So Whimsical Witches, Slutty Squash, and Swamp Thing. These look really nice together. Again, if I sell out of something, let me know. I will dye you your own special lot of yarn. Okay, this brings us to the next segment, which is what I've been knitting. So I can't remember, I don't think I finished this the last time I showed you, but this is, I showed you a bunch of small shawls and cowls last week, and you guys really liked that. So thank you so much for all your kind comments about that. So this is Helen Stewart's Land of Sweets cowl, but I knit it in a single color, and I bound it off, and the bind off was a little too loose, so I put it back on the needles and I'm going to rebind it up. But I blocked it and it looks so good. I'll try it on for you next week. I'm very, very happy with how this came out. So I cast on another one. So I had some Halloween colors that were left over from last year, and I took two of the sets, two mini skein sets, and I cast on another Land of Sweets. So look how pretty this is coming out, you guys. Oh my goodness. I will put a picture of the set right here. I have two left. You can knit this with one. So I took two out and wound up the yarn, and I only ended up using one skein. So I'm color blocking it. So I'm doing like one color, fading in the next color. So I put one back. One of the sets will have the yarn skeined up. I might discount it by $1, maybe, I don't know. The yarn is fine. I just caked it up, and I'll reskein it. So I'm going to put them back up for sale, and there'll be 6 skeins, and I'm going to add this one. I'm going to add a mini skein of Maleficent because I love this color. So I'm almost ready to add the third color, which is this purple, orange, and hot green. And I've just been obsessed. I love how the colors are playing together. You can knit this out of 6 mini skeins. The next one after this color is going to be Maleficent. And then the last color will be like a black and gold, and then the ribbing it will be in black. So the sets that I have doesn't have a black, but it has a darker, really dark purpley orange, like almost a black, and the rest of these colors that I showed you. It's really beautiful. I'll pop a picture in. And yeah, I only have 2. So you can knit a Land of Sweets out of 1. If you guys want more, just let me know. Maybe I'll dye up another set of them. But next week I have some mini skeins that I'm going to dye that you guys will really like too. I think those will make a beautiful Land of Sweets. I think I'm only going to have 5 colors in that though. But anyway. So I've only been knitting on this. I'm just obsessed with it. I'm going to knit it until it is finished, and I'll probably then cast on the Family Value shawl that is the mystery knit along knit style yarns for this year, and I hope you all are knitting that if you've gotten your kit. And the kits came out really cute. Like when I put them together, I showed Rich and I was like, don't these look nice together? They're really, really cute. So I'm very, very happy with how they came out. And that's pretty much all I've been knitting. I haven't touched my Joji sweater, which is a black hole. I haven't touched it. I got very distracted because this is much more fun to knit. Okay, so fall is coming, and although I love knitting shawls, particularly in the summer, I mean, let's face it, I knit sweaters all year round, but it is almost sweater knitting season. So I'm going to show you some sweaters today, and more specifically, I'm going to show you some sweaters that I have deemed as failures. I'm actually going to try them on for you. Just to kind of show. So the first one I'm going to show you is Puntilla by Joji Locatelli. And this sweater fits me very well around me. It is so soft and cozy. I absolutely love it, except for one thing. It is too long. Or at least I think it's too long for me. So, to fix this, simple, I'm going to frog it. I'm going to frog it back to about here and then add the lace again. And this would be a really quick fix. This is probably the first thing I'm going to fix. Even the sleeves I don't like my sleeves like this. In fact, I hate it. So I think I might take these out too and redo them. I think it would be much more flattering. This is the most cozy sweater in the world. I love it so much. The yarn is that Mimi yarn that was incorrectly labeled and they took it off the shelves, but I love it and I have some more. I might knit another sweater out of it because it's just so cozy. Okay, so that's that one. I'm kind of going in order from oldest to newest. All right, the next one, this is sad. This is my very first colorwork sweater, I think. And you've seen this. If you're a longtime viewer, you've seen this. This is my Humulus. So I measured all of these sweaters today to see if I got the correct gauge. So for Humulus, it was 20 stitches for 4 inches, and my gauge was correct. I got 20 stitches for 4 inches. I just knit a bigger size that was too big for me. I think I knit the 44. Now, granted, when I knit this, I was less weight. So when I tried this on, this may fit a little better. I don't know, because it had a lot of ease. And I fixed the sleeves because the sleeves were too long. But okay, so it's not bad. It's not that bad. It's like a nice, cozy, big camp sweater. It's a little long. But the issue is this collar. I absolutely hate this collar. To the point where I haven't cast on another Isabel Kramer sweater since I finished this. And when I look at her photos, she has beautiful, beautiful things. I love her sweaters. But her necklines tend to be wide. Some of them. Not all, but some. So I just have been hesitant to cast on another one because I just don't want to deal. So, how to fix this? So I have some options. I could cut this off and just knit up and just modify it. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to frog this entire sweater. Because I love the yarn. The yarn was the yarn that was called for. I mean, it was a specialty yarn from the Faroese Islands that I ordered. I hate the way this fits. I don't wear it. It's silly. I'm going to frog this and reknit it. I'm going to reknit the same pattern, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast on a smaller size. And I'm not going to cast on a 44. I'll probably cast on the next one down. And then I'll cast on a smaller size, even that for the neck. And make sure that this neck comes up higher. Because I cannot stand the way this fits. I hate it. I literally hate it. And I don't usually say that. But yeah, I'm going to frog this entire sweater. The other thing is, I did not do a good job with the color work because, again, this was my first color work sweater. Not my first color work project, but I didn't know the trick of stretching out your stitches on your needle in order to have your floats be the correct length. And these floats are way too tight. I mean, they don't look that bad, I guess. But they are. I mean, if you look at the sweater up close, the color work does not lay flat. This sweater's a mess. That's why I'm frogging it. And this yarn is too nice to just sit. in my stash. So I'm going to frog this week. It's a top down, so it should be easy to frog. Here's the color work. I don't know if you can see. I mean, it's probably flattened out a little bit. I mean, you can see it in this middle part here more than anything. I don't like it, so it's gotta go. So I'm going to frog it. I'm going to wash the yarn. The yarn will be lovely, even more lovely than it is now, because it will have softened up from being knitted and handled. I've only worn this maybe a handful of times, but this is too nice. So I'm going to fix it by ripping it. Okay, next on the list, I had to look up, I didn't have this listed in my Ravelry library, so I had to look up the name of it. I had to look it up by going in, I don't even remember the name of it. I looked it up, I went in my library and scrolled through until I found the pattern. I knit this a while ago. This is knit out of handspun, and the handspun is actually nice handspun. I actually like how it came out because it's a solid color. It was a fleece that I had processed and I spun the fleece. This is Miranda by Joji Paquin. So let's see. It's really hard to get gauge in handspun because it varies so wildly. So the gauge on this was 18 stitches for 4 inches, and my gauge was 20 stitches, 20 and a half. So this is bigger than the size that I knit. I tried it on today. It actually fits, but I don't like it. I don't like the looks of it. So the main reason being, two reasons. There's two reasons. One reason is I added the pocket, and I think the pockets look like crap. They look horrible. Probably because I needed a stiffer yarn. I don't know. I'm never putting pockets in knitting again, ever. They just sag. It's awful. The next reason I hate it is because I need a full sleeve. The sweater is supposed to be knit like this. This is a little bit, okay, so the hand spun is rustic, and the sweater is supposed to look kind of rustic. And the combination of the two, I'm just not a fan. So, I'll try it on for you. I mean, you may think that some of these I'm trying on that I don't like are fine. Oh my goodness, I even put it in the lifeline so I could rip this back. Anyway. So, I hate this. I mean, I would wear a long sleeve undershirt with it, but I don't like it. I want long sleeves. If I'm committing to a 100% wool sweater, I want my sleeves long. I mean, it wouldn't be hard to put sleeves on this. Okay, so here it is. Look, it's just bleh. It's too long. It's supposed to be like a tunic. I just don't look good in tunics because I'm too short. But this pocket, look at this. It's awful. And it's not the fault of the pattern. I don't even like this notched neck. So, I'm going to frog this entire thing. And I'm thinking of knitting a weekender. And I have more of this yarn, so I should have enough to knit sleeves. So, I mean, the sweater itself, the fabric that I got from the handspun, look, the fabric is beautiful. And the cables are really, really nice too. I love the handspun. So this is a waist, because it's just sitting in my closet doing nothing. It could be keeping me nice and toasty, because our winters here in New York get cold, like 0 degrees. So I'm gonna frog this entire thing and reknit it into something beautiful. And I'm excited about it, actually. I'm very excited about frogging those 2 sweaters. Okay. Third sweater. This was a kit that I offered. This is the Soldotna Crop by Caitlin Hunter. And this is, the fail is my fault, for sure. So the gauge for this is 22 stitches for 4 inches. And I got 22.5. And I'm measuring these final sweaters. So it's a little bit tight. And then I gained weight. So it's even tighter. It's beautiful. And it's too short. I mean, I knit it to pattern, but it needs to be a little longer. And I thought it would be okay because I have a short torso, but I mean, I have to wear a shirt under it, which is fine. All right, so this, it's not comfortable because it's definitely too tight in the arms. And it's definitely, the body's not awful, but I have found that for me, a crop sweater looks better if the sweater is slightly boxier. So I knit this, I don't even know what size I knit it in because it's not in my Ravelry library, but I knit it in a smaller size than I should have, and I cropped it, and I don't really like the results. It's, I mean, if I if I wore this with, even this is a high, I have high-waisted leggings on, and it's like right here. It's right at my natural waist, and it looks terrible on me. It needs to be just a little longer. So what I could do is I might rip out these, I think the sleeves would be okay, and I just rip out the binding because the bind off seems a little tight on these sleeves. And if I added some more yarn, I think I still have some of this yarn left. If not, I could dye more. And make it a little bit longer because it's beautiful. I mean, the colors are gorgeous. I like the neckline. This is what the neckline should be. I do not like a loose neckline. I'm always cold. So this is what the neckline should be on this. The yoke should be higher. So I haven't decided what to do exactly for this one. If I do anything with it, I will take out the bind off on the sleeves and maybe knit them a little, these cap sleeves a little looser, and maybe add some length to it. Not a priority though. I'll do those other 2 before I do this one. Or give it away. If you want my Soldotna, if you would fit into it, or you have a kid who would love it, hit me up and maybe we'll work something out. Okay. So the next 2 are errors in, not errors, they're mishaps with gauge. Let's put it that way. So the next one is my Fern and Feather by Jen Steingass. And the gauge on the body is correct. However, the fabric just feels so tight to me. So it's beautiful. I love it because I love navy. I think navy is a great color for me. So the gauge was correct on the body. So the body isn't too bad, actually. I'm going to try it on. I'm going to show you in a minute. But the sleeves. So my gauge on the body, the gauge is 18 stitches for 4 inches. That's what I got. The sleeves, 19 stitches for 4 inches. So I was a full stitch off on the sleeves because I knit magic loop, and obviously I knit magic loop tighter. So these sleeves are very uncomfortable. So I think if I frog the sleeves and reblock the body, maybe stretch it out a little bit, it might work. The color work is stunning. I learned how to do color work better. And it looks beautiful. Yeah, I don't think the body is that. It's these sleeves. Oh, they're so tight. As Kristen would say, sausage casing. Ugh, no. So see, yeah, this isn't so bad. But, ooh, these sleeves, no. So I might just take the sleeves out. The body's not, I mean, a body, I probably knit a size too small. I probably knit a 38. I should have knit a 40. I don't even know what I knit. But it's fine. It's comfy. But these sleeves are awful. The yoke fits okay. The neckline is nice. I like it. It's just not comfortable to wear. So, frogging. Taking out sleeves isn't, that's not that bad really. It's just knitting sleeves is not my favorite thing. Does anybody like to knit sleeves out there? Let me know. Okay. Last but not least, this is the Festive Sweater Knit Along by Skein. I knit this last year. My gauge was a little tight. The gauge is 24 stitches for 4 inches. My gauge was 24 stitches and a half. So it was tight by half a stitch. So it's slightly tight. It's not the size I knit. I knit a 43. This is probably more like a 42. It's fine. It fits. The sleeves do not. Okay, so the gauge is supposed to be 24 stitches for 4 inches. My sleeves, I got 25.5 stitches. It was too tight by a stitch and a half for 4 inches. The sleeves are awful. So this is first up, because I love this sweater. The sleeves are so uncomfortable. So I need to go up all I need to do is frog it and go up a needle size and it'll be fine. Well, they're not that bad, but I'm going to redo them. They need to be slightly longer. I don't hate the length, but it's a gorgeous sweater. But this one's even tighter. It's weird. This one's not that bad. But it's too nice of a sweater for me to keep. So I hope you found that interesting. It was fun for me to take all those sweaters out today, and I knew what was wrong with most of them, but my gauge wasn't like super off. The most it was off was on sleeves. I mean, I was off by half a stitch, which, yeah, can make a difference. But yeah, this one, the body feels fine. You know what I mean? It's fine, and I like the length. Even though this is, I cropped it slightly, I still like it. And this is, it's just so pretty. Look at this color. I love it. I have yarn for another one. I'm going to knit a bright red one with all over color work, red and white. I have a lot of knitting ahead. We'll see how that goes. So, I hope you enjoyed that. I had a lot of fun measuring sweaters today, figuring out what went wrong, what I could do. I have 3 that are, one, this is an easy fix, this is an easy fix. The Jen Steingass one isn't too bad, and 2 frogs. So, in order to win the giveaway, you have to make a comment down below. Let me know, do you have sweater fails in your closet? Let me know what you did. Did you give them away? Did you frog them and reknit them? I am very curious. Did you fix them? I mean, I have some others that I could probably do some sweater surgery on. So, yeah, that was fun. So, this brings us to the end of the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy these knitting segments. I'm going to keep them coming because I have a closet full of things to show you, which is super fun. Let me know what you want to see. That's another comment you can make down below. Okay. It's getting late, it's getting hot, and I'm hungry. So, have a good week. Knit something beautiful. And cheers.